That our main market, our major focus, our primary market is Southern Africa. And therefore that's really where most of our energies and resources should be deployed, and that's where our major focus is. West Africa, of course, is an area that is very important given the size of the Nigerian market and the size of all the other economies that are really improving and growing. Ghana has got oil now and so on and so forth. So we must always, check out what's going on in other markets.
Is there any specific plan, or is this something that you must still consider and decide on?
Well, there are the models that we are considering, working with other institutions that have got similar vision and whose strategies converge or at least are congruent with ours. But, for us to actually deploy resources at the moment, we feel that this is a little bit further away from our home market, but we can cooperate with other institutions in this part of the world.
They will definitely be following up on that one. Let's talk about Southern Africa, where you mainly operate. Now, we have seen markets tightening there because, obviously, of the global economic crisis. Has that had any impact in terms of your operations and your plans to try and grow in that region?
Well, actually, Southern Africa, yes, did suffer from the global financial crisis. As you know, Zambia and Botswana, to a very significant extent, because of they've got huge exposure in mining, they suffered temporarily. But I think the diamond price, the copper price, and all the other, most of the commodities have recovered. This year, focus for the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa is nearly 5% growth, economic growth in Southern Africa. Mozambique, Tanzania are focusing about 5%, Zambia as well. So the economies are very strong and robust. I mean, obviously, we have seen some significant depreciation of currencies, and that has been a trend that has not been common in the last 5 years. In fact, if anything, the currencies have been appreciating against the dollar. Yeah. But this year, things have changed somewhat. But, better that than, negative economic growth.
Absolutely. So now, are you beginning to see any signs of pickup? Are you lending more?
Well, yes, we are. I think we had, in fact, last year been extremely conservative, but we expect that, our lending activities will increase this year. As you know, we have expanded into retail. We're, committing a lot of resources and energy in, opening branches, in, doing a whole lot of things, and that is going to result in increased activity both on the asset side and the liability side.
Of course, now before we let you go, we can't let you go without talking about Zimbabwe and an update there. Conditions the last time we spoke were extremely difficult, market conditions tight, very little liquidity in that economy. Have things improved since then? Things
remain tight, but growing. Growing not as aggressively as we had expected or as we would want, but growing all the same. So given where 2008, 2007, was, definitely much better world to be in, but we would prefer to have more robust growth. I mean, as you know, with the commodity price where the platinum has been very strong, gold has been very strong, all the commodity prices that favor Zimbabwe, but unfortunately the output has not been significant. It's good that there have been some announcements about expansion of in platinum and some activities in gold and some activities in platinum and in diamonds and so forth. So growing for the first time in 10 years. So it's a good thing, but even the IMF has focused that there's going to be very modest growth this year and almost static next year. I think they're probably wrong. There's going to be some growth next year, but it's a better space to be in. We would obviously like more, like more liquidity and so forth, but that's how it is right now.